Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. So on this video, I will touch on the basis of Forex trading and I hope it will be of a benefit to you. So let's start. We have three basic kinds of charts in Forex trading. We have a line chart, we have bar chart, and we have candlestick chart. This kind of chart is what we are interested in. It is the easiest to read and most user-friendly. This is the one that 90% of Forex traders use. So this is just the three main basics candlesticks in Forex. We have a bearish candlestick, bullish candlestick, and indecision candlestick. Don't worry about the colors of these candlesticks because you can color your candlesticks as you like. The most important thing to consider is the open and close. Those are we have four elements of our candlestick in Forex trading. We have high, a close, open, and a low. So as you can see in this bearish candlestick, price opened right here, came up to form a high, dropped all the way to form a low, then came back and closed right here, okay? This bullish candle here, price opened right here, came all the way to form a low, then went up to form a high, came back and closed here. This candle, we call it indecision. Indecision candlesticks signify that both buying and selling pressure is in equilibrium, okay? As you can see, it closed where it opened, or almost where it opened. We have a high and we have a low too, okay? This is what we call shadow, okay? Shadow or wick, okay? So this is how our candlestick charts look like. All these are candlesticks. Though we have so many candlesticks in Forex trading, though we will discuss about them in another video. For now, as we can see, these are bullish candlesticks, bearish candlesticks, indecision candlesticks. So how do you differentiate? As we said, it's knowing about open, close, high, and low. Because let's look at this. This price opened right here, came all the way to form a low, then went all the way up to form a high, then closed right here, okay? As for this candle, this is a bearish candle. Price opened right here, went up all the way to form a high, then dropped all the way to form low, then came back right here and closed, okay? I hope you can see, guys. So that's just the basics of Forex. There are three types of market structure in Forex. We have an uptrend, a downtrend, and a consolidation. Let's start with an uptrend. An uptrend describes the price movements of a financial asset when the overall direction is upward. It is recognized by price creating higher highs and higher lows, okay? Uptrend is recognized by price creating higher highs and higher lows. Let's take a look. So as we can see here, we are on an uptrend, okay? Price is going up, okay? So we have a low here, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, okay? This is higher high because it's higher than this point, okay? This is higher low because it's higher than this previous low. Higher low because it's higher than this previous low, okay? Let's look at downtrend. So downtrend is when price action is moving lower over a period of time and is most recognizable by price creating lower lows and lower highs, okay? Downtrend is most recognizable by price creating lower lows and lower highs. Let's take a look. As we can see, we are on a downtrend, okay? We have a high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low, okay? This is lower low because this point is lower than previous low, okay? Lower high because it's lower than previous lower high. Okay, it's just that easier. So as we can see, this is an uptrend for me. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. A downtrend for me, lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. It's just that easier and easier to recognize them. Okay, let's look at this. As you can see, this is an uptrend and this is a downtrend. But how do we recognize that we are in an uptrend? Okay, as you can see, price came all the way and formed a high, dropped to form a low, came all the way up to form a higher high, as we can see here, came to form a high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, you see? Higher high, higher low, because it's higher than previous low. Okay, higher high, it's higher high because it's higher than previous high. That's how we simply recognize an uptrend. What about a downtrend? Okay, let's look at this. This is a high point. This is the high point. Price dropped to form a low. Okay, dropped to form a low, then came back to form a lower high, came back to form a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. As you can see, it's very easy to recognize when we are in an uptrend or when we are in a downtrend. Okay, so let's move on and look at consolidation. Consolidation illustrates the lack of a trend in particular trading range. It can be seen as a stretch of indecision. It draws to a close when price breaks through existing lines of support and resistance. Okay, as we can see, this is resistance. This line here is resistance. This line here is support. Okay, as we can see, our price here is bouncing between support and resistance, bouncing between support and resistance. We don't have a clear direction in this price. Okay, price is moving in sideways. Okay, we are neither in a downtrend or an uptrend. Okay, whenever prices touch support, it bounces back to resistance, bounces back to support, and so on and so forth. Okay, as we can see here, price was in a downtrend, came to a support, our support, then went up to our resistance. As you can see, price is just bouncing between our support and our resistance. It's just in there. Okay, we are just moving in a sideways move. We don't have either an uptrend or a downtrend. We are just in a sideways move. Okay, so we've talked about support and resistance. Let us define what is support and what is resistance. Okay, support, or what we call floor, occurs when falling prices stop, changes direction, and begin to rise. Okay, support is where prices stop, changes direction, and begins to rise. Okay, price stop, changes direction, and begins to rise. Okay, so let's look at resistance. It's just the opposite of support. So resistance is a price level where rising prices stop, changes direction, and begin to fall. Rising prices stop, changes direction, and begin to fall. Okay, rising prices stop, changes directions, and begin to fall. Okay, so that's how we recognize also support and resistance, and when we are in a consolidation. Okay, as we can see, price is coming, bouncing from support, going back to resistance, bouncing back to support, bouncing back to resistance, bouncing back to support. Okay, that is how we recognize when we are in a consolidation or in a sideways move. Okay, so let's look at this. Price went up to our resistance, came back to our support, bounced back to resistance, dropped to our support, but then came and broke our resistance to the upside. So whenever price breaks the resistance, that resistance automatically becomes our new support. I hope you've understood that. Whenever price broke or breaks resistance, that resistance now becomes our support, okay? As we can see now, price came to our new now resistance, bounce to support, bounce back to resistance, to support, then broke our resistance. Now this resistance becomes support, okay? It's the other way also for support, okay? When price breaks support, now this support becomes resistance, okay? Because it will break, then we will have our new support right here. And now this will become our new resistance, okay? It's just that easy. When price breaks resistance, that resistance becomes support. When price breaks support, that support becomes our new resistance, okay? Let's look at this now. As we can see, this is a downtrend, and we have our consolidation here. So as we just said, the way we just recognize them is by downtrend forming lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, this low should be lower than previous low. This low should be lower than previous low. This low should be lower than previous low. Okay, same to the high side. Okay, this lower high should be lower than the previous high or the previous lower high. Okay, that's how we know that we are in a downtrend. For consolidation, we said we look for support and resistance. And as we can see, price is bouncing between support and resistance. It's just bouncing between support and resistance. Now, as for here, we can see we are in a sideways move. There is no clear direction. Okay, we were in a downtrend, then we came back to a consolidation or a sideways move. Okay, so how do we know that our uptrend or our bear trend, okay, sorry, our downtrend is what we mean by bear trend, okay? Uptrend is a bull trend, downtrend is a bear trend. So how do we know that we are coming to an end of our downtrend? As we can see, downtrend consists of lower highs and lower lows, okay? So lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But now look at this. Price wasn't able to break this point to make another lower, which is lower than this low, but made a higher low because it's higher than this low. Then price came up and broke this point here, okay? Whenever now that happens, now you start knowing that we are coming to an end of our bear trend, okay, or the end of our downtrend, okay? That's how you look at it. Whenever, because as you can see, this formed a higher low. If we were to continue with the downtrend, price was supposed to come all the way past this lower low and form another lower low, okay? But it formed a higher low and price went up, even breaking our previous point, okay? For the bull trend or an uptrend, as we can see, price now here forming higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But now look at this. This market came here and formed a lower high. This point is lower than this point. If we were to continue with our uptrend, this point was supposed to come all the way up to form a higher high, a point higher than the previous high, okay? But as we can see, it formed a lower high, then dropped, even breaking this point here, okay? So it's just easier, it's just that simple, guys. So today I was just sharing the basics of Forex, but if you have questions, you can ask me. I will also share more videos on about Forex trading, but for now I was just touching on basics of Forex trading, okay? That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Kindly don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos, okay, guys? I'll be waiting for your questions or comments or anything you feel like sharing with me. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video.